So President Trump just gave his joint address to Congress. It was a beautiful speech. It was a beautiful moment for the country, but it was an utter calamity for the Democrats who sat there on their hands. They would not even stand up for a child with brain cancer named DJ. I know many of you felt the same way. There were several moments throughout the speech where I welled up with pride and gratitude that I live here in the United States of America. I've said for years, even on America's worst day, I would rather be here than anywhere else. But I really don't know where the Democratic Party goes from here. They're demoralized, broken, downtrodden, they're cowards, they're an embarrassment, and there's a reason people are leaving the Democratic Party in droves, because you all are disgusting. You wouldn't even stand for Jocelyn Nungari or Laken Riley. Trump even made a pitch to Democrats at the beginning of his speech. He said, "There's nothing I can say that will please you, that will make you happy, but work with me here." I think the Democrats are making a huge mistake by not leaning in. They would not even stand up and clap for anybody, and they voted yesterday not to protect women as well. If this is the best the Democrats have to offer, sitting there with their little signs like they're at a bingo game, then God bless you. I don't know what happens to you guys in the midterms. I don't know what's going to happen to you in 2028. You won't vote to protect women. You're mad we're securing the borders. I guess you're mad we're no longer funding transgender mice. If these are the hills you want to die on, good luck. And you guys know by now, I welcome folks on the left, the right, the middle, all across the political spectrum on my page. It's come one, come all to the Halloween ball. But a majority of Americans, they want common sense. And Donald Trump's speech was all about restoring common sense to the United States of America. And I really believe objectively, historians will look back on this night as a masterclass, as a tour de force for President Trump and the United States. The Democrats, you all sat there on your hands. You would not stand for Laken Riley's family, and that was the nail in the coffin for your party. The Democrats want to throw tantrums. They're imploding. They want to get thrown out of the chamber. If that's the look for you, if that's the advertisement and the pitch for people to come join your party, you all are going to continue going down. But at this point, the country is moving on without you. Trump, the rest of us who want common sense, we're moving on without the Democratic leadership. Some of y'all are too far gone. As many of you know, I worked for RFK Jr. on his campaign. Bobby, as we call him, he's still a friend to this day. It was an honor to be on that campaign. Something I would say in almost every single meeting. This country is not divided between Republicans and Democrats right now. It's divided between those who love the United States of America and those who seek to destroy it. The bird-brained Democrats sitting there in the chamber, whether they like it or not, Trump's policies are overwhelmingly popular and common sense. 79% of Americans, they don't want men and women's sports. Over 80% of Americans want to deport criminals. So you all can sit there throwing tantrums with your signs like you're on an episode of Jerry Springer, but just know you are speaking for a very small minority in this country. You guys want to die on these hills, and it's not going to work out for you. Now, another incredible moment for me was when Trump recognized the farmers of this country. Farmers are the backbone of the United States of America. We would not have food on our tables without them, and they were so not recognized by Joe Biden the last 4 years. But then again, I'm sure many of you recall, Joe Biden could not even pronounce Laken Riley's name. He could not pronounce Laken Riley's name at his State of the Union, but Trump did a moving tribute to her entire family. Something else I think really bothers the Democratic leadership, and especially the ones sitting there in the chamber, is that alphas are back in charge. And we could have a female president someday who's an alpha as well, but you have to have an alpha at the command, and we did not have that the last 4 years. The last 4 years under Joe Biden, we had these low testosterone clowns who would sell us down the river every single day. Look at Joe Biden's cabinet compared to Trump's cabinet. Look at Biden's Secretary of Defense and look at our current Secretary of Defense. There's a big difference. Now, besides President Trump, the other show-stopping scene stealer of the night was First Lady Melania Trump. In the last 43 days since Trump's taken office, Melania has thrown herself into initiatives protecting women. The Democrats, they say they want to protect women. They're not doing it. So First Lady Melania Trump is getting in there and getting it done. Objectively, Melania Trump, I know we don't poll First Ladies, but I imagine her favorability would be incredibly high if we did. And what's incredible about this First Lady, unlike Joe Biden the last 4 years, who was sitting and running the table at cabinet meetings, Melania respects her husband. She knows they are in a power couple. This is a power relationship who can really do some good in this country. And Joe Biden and Joe, they were a calamity as a couple. At the end of Trump's speech, one thing he also announced is that he received a letter from Zelensky in Ukraine saying he was willing to work with President Trump and finally come to the table to make a deal. From beginning to end, this speech was incredibly positive for the American people. It was positive and optimistic for small businesses. And the last thing I'll say is this. President Trump addressed the price of eggs. The Democratic mainstream media talking point the last few weeks is, oh, well, the price of eggs aren't down. Trump addressed that and said, we are working to get it down. Secretary, get it done. All right, my friends, thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment. Tell me what you thought about Trump's joint address to Congress. Even if you didn't watch it, tell me what you're most optimistic about right now. Tell me also what's keeping you up at night so I can keep track of that. I will see you on the next one. Bye.